Hello, this is Nami from Career Flight. Thank you for watching our videos, and this time we will be sharing the situation from Mongolia's side. And please tune in to get fresh information about COVID-19 situation in Mongolia. So here's our speaker today. Hello,
Hello,
please introduce yourself.
I'm Anu from Mongolia, living in Mongolia, but waiting this pandemic to finish, then I can continue my study in Canada.
Okay. What university are you graduate of?
I graduated here in Mongolia,
Mhm.
majored in international relations.
Okay, so you're planning to continue your studies in abroad.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
got it, got it. Thank you so much for your time. Today, I would like to talk to you about how is the COVID-19 situation in Mongolia, and how is the day-to-day life, if it's being affected, and things like that. So please share your insights with us. So I would like to start talking about the current Mongolia's state right now. Is it being lockdown or in quarantine? So please share.
Okay, well, currently we're not in quarantine situation. We're just in a state of readiness and
Mhm.
state of emergency until this month,
Okay.
until the May 31st. And currently we have 89 infections, but all of them are imported from the overseas.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wow, that's very
From
low number compared to other countries.
Yeah, but compared to our population, it is a lot. And half of the population lives in the capital city.
Mhm.
So, like, if we lost, like, once this
Mhm.
situation, like, over the hands, it will be, like really easy to infect all of the people. So, we're taking actions from the beginning.
Okay, okay. So you mentioned
So
beginning.
how
When has the government started to take actions against the COVID-19 spread in Mongolia?
Oh, I believe it was just after the Lunar New Year, Chinese Lunar New Year,
Okay.
because yeah, because that's like how we think how that uh, virus got spread over China. So we closed the border with China.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the one of the longest border there is in the world. So we closed the border. That was the first action we took, and then we canceled the Lunar New Year.
Okay. So the celebration of the Lunar New Year in Mongolia has been canceled.
Yeah, has been canceled, and
Wow.
also like all of the schools and universities are closed down
Mm-hmm.
until September.
Mm-hmm.
And restaurants and shopping malls and like public places are closing at 10 p.m. And
Okay.
I don't know if it's early or like late for other
Well,
people, but it's really early for us. So,
okay.
and bars are closed temporarily, like
Okay.
shut down. And but recently, gym and vocational training center
Mm-hmm.
has been reopened.
Okay. I see, I see. So you would say like non-essential places such as gym or vocational training centers have been reopening a little by little.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Be- um, those number like 80, 98 were spiked just yesterday. But before that, we had stable situation for over a month.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we opened those places, like we
Okay.
have to like keep the business open,
Sure.
as well as that. And yesterday we had free charter
Mm-hmm.
flight from Russia,
Yeah.
and 50 of those were infected. So that's how we got those like number got increased suddenly.
Okay, so it got doubled up because of those infections, I guess, coming from
Yeah,
Russia, I'm guessing.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, wow. But that's also very good to hear that, Mongolian government is like doing great job, you know, having this situation like handled under control. That's also great. Okay, okay.
Yes, yeah, they're doing a lot of taking a lot of actions to
Mhm.
fight this virus, and we also recently we conducted this, like they say, unprecedented drill to
Okay,
fight the pandemic by closing the whole district,
the
the
street.
Chinchete district, like closed down.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, like whole district. It was
Oh,
like
wow.
just like training, have to be prepared in this, like if we actually got into quarantine, like this is how it's gonna be, like
Mm-mm.
that kind of training we did
Wow,
last week.
I
So
see.
yeah, they're doing a lot of things to take actions.
I see. That's great. Wow, that's
Yeah.
really amazing to hear that, the number has been decreased. How about like the death rate or the people who have been recovered from the virus between those numbers?
There's no death right now, like until
Okay.
today,
Mhm.
thankfully, and like 20 of those infected people
Yeah.
were recovered. So
Wow.
now
Mhm.
78 people are like under the uh
Quarantine.
under the eye, yeah, like
Okay, cool. I see, I see. So, you have mentioned like, the government has been like taking good measures to like prevent the virus and everything. And also, do you know if the government is like supporting like financially? For example, in Japan right now, um, the Japanese is the government is planning to give away 100,000 yen for each
yeah.
person, whether they are the citizen of Japan or foreigners. So to financially support the people who have been affected by the COVID-19 as well. Do you know if like certain like similar measures have been taken?
Yeah, financially, the government is like helping the vulnerable groups,
Mm-hmm.
like those single mothers and disabilities people.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting their social welfare money doubled
Wow.
every month for
Mm-hmm.
6 months, starting from April to October, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And also, government has decided to exempt social insurance tax payments for
Okay.
same amount of time.
See, that's great.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's
there
how
has
they're
been-
supporting the people, like its citizens. Yeah.
okay, okay, that is great. So there has been like also, good measures for to protect the people as well as like financial support as well. That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. And so let's talk about like day-to-day life. You said like for example, restaurants and shopping malls that have shortened their business hours. Um, and has it been like, affecting your day-to-day life?
Mm. No, there hasn't been like not a lot of changes other than just like washing hands regularly and doing hand sanitizer and wearing masks,
Mhm.
and like going when you go into the like certain places like hospital or go to bank or somewhere,
Mhm.
and you have to those there are people testing your fever and
Okay.
like where are you coming from, like what's your business here, like asking some questions,
Uh-huh.
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. So like also like similar measures has been taken in other countries like hand sanitizers and taking fevers and mask is
Yeah.
like a new thing for Mongolia, right? Mask is not a like, what do you call it, like it's not a cultural thing um, compared to Japan. So how is that situation
Yeah,
in Mongolia?
well, if you see someone who's not wearing masks right now, it feels weird, like everyone masks are obligatory thing right now. Like
Mhm.
everyone has to wear masks if
Mhm.
one is in public places.
Okay, I see.
If you're not wearing one, you can get fined
Oh, how much?
by 150 tuguks. Uh,
150?
yeah, 150 to 50,000 tuguks. Oh,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry. That's I think that's $65
That is
per.
high for not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to
So,
wear masks.
okay.
But
Has there
also
been like
people told
shortage?
you to wear
Mhm.
masks.
Okay.
Like,
What about stocks of masks then? Has there been like stocks of masks?
oh, when we closed the border with China for the first time, and then we were in a panic situation.
Mhm.
There's this flu like going around China, so we have to like,
Okay.
yeah, protect ourselves. So we started wearing masks, and after that, we had a lot of shortages, and
Yeah.
you can find masks, or if you find one, it's really high price. It's really expensive. Like the
Okay.
price got doubled or
Mhm.
tripled. And also people were sending masks from like, Mongolian people who are living in like abroad, like
Oh,
sending donations,
wow.
like,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
donation masks.
Okay.
Yeah, now, but if you go like everywhere, there's a mask. Like you can buy it anywhere because people are making it.
Okay. So like the actual people who are like living in Mongolia, they're making it.
Yeah, making it and then selling it, and yeah.
I
So
see.
there's no shortage of masks.
Mm. Okay, okay. I see. So how are like, for example, social distancing or like, stay home slogan are being implemented in Mongolia? How is that?
Yeah. Well, if you like turn on the TV, there's advertisement like going, if it's not necessary, please stay at home and don't go outside. And if you can, like, wear masks and like something like that, and hand like washing hand regularly, and those things
Or
are being like going
annou-
around everywhere.
announcing?
And
Yeah.
yeah, and also have to like be distant from the other people for like meter and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go everywhere, some places have these plastic sheets like
Okay.
over the cashier, and supermarkets and pharmacies have this thing. And we're not using like cash anymore.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, you feel like the cash is so dirty and like contain viruses like
Yeah,
bacteria,
yeah.
so people try to use like more cards.
Hmm. That's
Yeah, and also there's this tape going on, the on the places on the ground, so
Oh,
like keep
okay, okay.
the distance. Yeah.
All right. That's amazing. That's the similar thing happening in in Japan as well. When you like line for stores to go inside, there's like a tape on the ground to see where you can stand and then the people behind you. So it's similar like that. And
Yeah.
when you also enter shop, you have to they limit the people who go inside. So there's like a one person go inside and one person has to get out. So they have been regulating the traffic inside of the stores as well. Do you know if these are also similar in Mongolia?
Well, I think if I remember correctly, like after we got the first case recorded,
Mm-hmm.
uh, early on March,
Mm.
and we closed the capital city in, like no one's going out, coming in,
Okay.
and that happened. And other than that, we are not doing that like uh thing like
Like
people like,
regulating traffic.
yeah, regulating like traffic thing. We're not doing that.
Okay.
And if you go to store now, there's like just certain amount of people, like not a lot. So there's no that kind of regulation is
Okay.
going around here.
Right. I see. I see. Interesting. So you like mentioned that, at the beginning of the virus situation regarding Mongolia, people were like, scared, like panicking because of the mask and everything. How is it right now? Have people, calmed down, or are they still like scared, like in fear?
Yeah, they're definitely a bit more calmer than the first time, because now we're like getting used to the fact that we're like living in the situation, so we have to like get used to it,
Yeah.
but like taking the measures and following the regulations
Mhm.
taken by the government. So
You're more
um
calmer now.
yeah, a lot
Okay.
more calmer. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, because
but
like
people are
you,
definitely are in fear,
mm. Because the
because
government has
when
started to take measurements very early.
yeah, I believe it was uh late January.
Mm-hmm. That's quite
Yeah,
early.
just yeah, that's quite early, because I think like we know we have like share longest border with China, so we have to like be prepared, or like have to like protect ourselves.
Yeah, I see. I
Then
see.
we started closing borders, and then we closed the border with South Korea.
Okay.
After South Korea got like hotspot, and then we just closed the border with around the world. But we're doing this charter flight.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, uh, Mongolians around the world wants to come back home,
Yeah.
but we closed the border, so they can't get in. So they're kind of stuck. So
Mhm.
we're making these charter flights to
Come back.
get those Mongolians, yeah, let back in. So that's actually how we got the virus for the first time.
Yeah. Okay, I see. I see. Great. So, even though people were like panicking at first, you feel like, people are still more, calmer currently.
Yeah, they're getting used to the
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see. I see. How do you think, like, like during this pandemic, like Mongolian people are like doing to make them feel like better, or like sort of like, what do you say, like, for example, I'm pretty sure you've seen like viral videos of like the Italians. They were like on their balcony, they were like singing, playing music together and everything. So like, is there any like um a way that like Mongolian people are like doing things to like feel, better?
Well, compared to other countries, we like basically living freely. Like
Mm-hmm.
the situation is not as bad as that, like Italian or Italy or Spain or
Hmm.
the Russia.
Okay.
But we can just go out and do whatever we can.
Mm, I see. I see.
So
So
yeah,
it
but
isn't quite like really like
we can just
like.
gather like a lot of people, like more
Mm-hmm.
than a 10,
Mm-hmm.
and less than a 10 people are okay. So if you do like go to hiking or somewhere, like go to like walking on the side of the city, if you were up to like more than a 10 people, you can like probably like get some warning about like don't do that stuff, like something like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's just it's not we're doing just fine.
Okay. Okay. Great. That's great to hear. Okay. Got it. So you mentioned that like, day-to-day life hasn't really been affected that much. But how about like, like job market, for example, like companies, like the sectors that have been like hit hard or like affected by the COVID-19 in Mongolia?
Well, economically speaking, we're heavily dependent on mostly on China
Mm-hmm.
and also Russia, because like
Yeah.
those are both our neighbors, and we are we heavily depended on the revenue of the mineral industry, such as like copper and coal and iron.
Yeah.
So those sector got hit hard. Like
Okay.
our exports gotten like lesser,
Hmm.
and also tourism sector got also hit
Yeah.
so hard.
Mm.
We closed the border until end of the July, so like people have to cancel their flights, like their vacation here. So those industries are getting hard here.
Okay. Okay. I see. Hmm. I mean, hospitality everywhere in the world has been affected the most by the COVID-19, I guess. But yeah, the mining,
Yes.
the mineral industry is also very interesting to hear. I see. Hmm. Do you know if like, for example, like people losing their job because of like, COVID-19 in Mongolia?
Yes, of course. Because the schools are closed down. Also, um, also the hospitality sector. People are
Yeah.
losing their jobs from
Hmm.
there, and like also the people who works in the school, or like those people can't like go to the work, and
Hmm.
um,
I see.
yeah,
So
and
it includes
also
also
that like
hospitality.
hairdressers, or like there's
Yeah, yeah,
also like lost jobs. And
yeah. Okay. I see. Hmm, that's interesting. I mean, that's not really like a good news, but okay. Do you know, like, even though, during this pandemic, if there are like companies are still hiring, like, because like, except like tourism and other sectors, are other domain industries, are they still hiring, do you think?
I think like we got a harsh winter, so like construction works just stop during winter. So like when like it becomes hotter, like
Mhm.
it's 'cause summer coming, so like construction workers are like getting hired more, I think, because like a
Okay.
lot of developments going on.
Hmm.
And probably also the health sector, like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of students are getting hired by like part-time job, because like health workers are working overtime.
Hmm. I see, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
and also like a small business like that, like people are making masks and selling them.
Mm-hmm. So,
So yeah,
okay, so those
people.
kind of businesses are kind of, I guess, doing good, even though this is like a
Yeah,
decision. Okay,
yeah,
that's great.
some are doing bad and some are doing like good, and some are normal, I think.
Mhm. Okay, interesting. I mean, for your reference in Japan, there is like one positive thing that came out of like during this pandemic, which was remote working. You know that Japan has like very strong culture of doing interviews or meetings face to face, but because of this current situation, they have been challenged to change this culture, which is very big, like a challenge for a lot of companies, and the employees have been working from their home. So I think even though it's like such a bad situation, there's like one positive thing that is sort of changing it for good. So yeah, do you know if also remote work is being implemented in Mongolia?
Yeah, it is, but it's really new thing here,
Oh,
because
okay.
like we go to work and do things like face to face, but working from home and working remotely is really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so this idea is just getting, now it's like getting bigger because of
Mm-hmm.
this situation. And companies are advising their workers, if you can work from home and you work from home, and like if you're not, like you can come to the office and work. So they're giving their workers some choice, but yeah, people are like taking this idea into the action now, I think. Also, this goes same with the online lesson.
Mm-hmm.
With the schools are being closed, so also we are learning like
Yeah.
have to like do the online lessons. And we also have like TV schedule, like
Okay.
every Mongolian channel has this TV schedule for those like students. You can turn on the TV, like learn stuff.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah, so
Great.
yeah.
I see. I see. So that is also like similar situation here as well with the remote work in Japan and Mongolia. That's great to hear that it is going to have like a positive effect on both
Yeah.
countries. Okay, I see, I see. Hmm. Yeah, thank you very much for sharing about these valuable information. It was really great to hear from about a lot of things, government support from day-to-day life, and your insight is also very great to hear. I see.
Oh,
And
it
to
was helpful.
of course, to finish it off, I would just like to say, even though, we are in this very hard situation, I hope we can, look back and think like, oh, this was like really hard situation, but we made it out, and now we're like
Yeah.
back to normal. So which is also a great thing. I guess I hope we can all celebrate one day.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's just temporary thing. So we can, it's just, like if we look back
Mhm.
from the few years on, so we'll pass this.
Yeah,
So we'll
definitely.
get through this together.
Yes, we can get through this. Of course. Great. So thank you so much for your time. Maybe we can talk about this later, 2 months later, to like compare the situation now and then. So that would be also maybe very interesting to see.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
I
great.
think lots
Thank
going
you
to
so
change.
much. Okay, great. All right. So thank you so much for your time. And thank you also for everyone watching our situation sharing as well. So please tune in to our other videos and please subscribe. Bye.
Bye.